What's up, everyone? Shadow20 here, and welcome back to another episode of Scary Gaming. This time we're going to be doing an EarthBound creepypasta known as HackBound. Now I decided to do this because I'm now doing a Let's Play on EarthBound in place of Pokemon Red, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm a collector of assorted hacks and bootleg of video games. This is a portion of my journal about these strange and exotic oddities of gaming. I'm writing again because of another hacked game I came upon, this time a hacked EarthBound cartridge. From my previous encounter with Slender Man the game, I felt a little uneasy of buying another cartridge, but since it was near Halloween, I decided to buy one to see what it's like. It happened to be a hacked EarthBound and a normal EarthBound cart at a local flea market. Oh crap. Local flea market, Green Dragon. This does not sound like a real store. Anyways, the seller I always go for the hacked games had a few EarthBound hacks for me. One had low quality scan labels on it. Another had a sticker on it named Winterbound. And the last was the most interesting. The bootleg was a blank SNES cartridge with EarthBound written in red Sharpie, but was smudged. The seller said they couldn't get the game to work due to a lockout, but from what they were told from the previous summer, that this was a rather nice hack with some eerie stuff in it. Whoa. Seemed fitting for my Halloween game, so I bought the bootlegged hack for $8, while later I picked up the official game for $50. I was able to get it cheap because one seller had to get rid of his SNES games without knowing prices, and the reseller who usually inhaled games like they were his sustenances was sick. When I brought the game home, the SNES first locked out of the hacked cartridge. To counter this, I made a cartridge specialized to bypass the lockout chip for my hacked games. I succeeded and was greeted to the game's first intro, which was unchanged. After I started a new game, I saw burning houses, heard 16-beat screeches, and the music to the Sonic CD's boss battle. Yeah, that creepy song, which was somehow sampled to the play on the SNES, with a story that said this. In 1990X, in a small town of America, the evil demon Gigius was unleashed. He destroyed this town and soon spread throughout the land. The only one left was alive was a small boy named Ness. However, Gigius had something in store for him in the near future. Ness awoke to the sight of this half-destroyed house. As I walked to the door, a text box appeared. It is quiet, except for the sound of burning wood. Something has happened to your family, your friends, your town, and soon you. Get dressed and leave quickly. Or quickly! In all caps. The screen faded out and into Ness, now dressed with his clothes slightly charred. I navigated through the wreckage of the house and stumbled into the sister's room, where I find the present with the item Red Bat. I equipped it and realized that the present was next to the jumbled sprite of Ness's sister. The body, from what I could tell, looked bitten and scratched as if by some animal, and fought the foe off with the bat. I saw a trail of pixelated red paw prints leading out the door, followed it downstairs. There I found the body of Ness's mom and their dog King, who looked rabid and as if he was beaten with a blunt object. The mom looked the same as Ness's sister did, torn up from bite marks and scratches, making obvious what had happened. Ness was staring at the mess locked in place with the cutscene for a minute before returning to normal. Then I noticed the music. It was the On It theme in reverse, with occasional change in pitches and speed. This song continued through both Ness's house and On It. This scene was both sad and eerie at the same time, making me start to feel a little depressed. Or emo. The hacker sure does know how to put on a mod, I commented aloud. I hope the rest of the story can get even more twisted. I was ready for what was yet to come anxiously. Searching around the area of Ness's house and On It, I noticed Pokey's house was completely gone, as if it didn't exist, which for some reason felt a little odd to me. Also, the treasure hunter's house was destroyed with his dead body nearby. Burnt at the top of the hill, there was no meteorite, but a burning tree with several dead bodies around it. After finding little in On It except for the dead mayor and an empty hospital, I went to Tucson and could only find a few spiteful crows that gave me only 2/3 experience when I defeated them. Also, instead of the 16-bit sprite of the crow, it was the 8-bit sprite from the original mother on the Famicom. The sprite that originally had a cigarette in its hand, wing. The music changed to the same kind of corruption on it had, but this time it was Susan's theme. Made sense. In the town, the only noticeable thing that was there were less dead bodies on it, implying that this destruction was spreading slowly. After I started advancing through the next town, I noticed that there was less and less destruction, so the game started playing fine again. The only thing was that I was under power now. I still have no companions. In fact, there were no companions, as if they had been erased from the plot entirely, leaving me alone. Jeez, this is long. When I got to summer, everyone was noticeably gloomy. The runaway 5 were getting ready to leave the town and said to Ness, "Run, drive, swim, don't stop," in order of left to right. After this point, some NPCs were telling us strange things like, "You're running out of time," and "You're too slow, you'll kill us all." So I left Summer as soon as I could without having to do any quests. In fact, all I had to do was walk directly to the end. As the game progressed, things became drearier from the fact of impending doom for the characters. The music tracks progressively became more depressing than the farther in the game I went, and colors started to fade in black and white. Sprites had more and more depressing facial expressions as well. Just think of the knowledge that your inevitable death is soon, as if you're on death row, and that was that the characters were thinking. By the time I made it to Saturn Village, which had most of my favorite song, was in reverse and slow. The game was also completely black and white. Mr. Saturn was frowning and almost crying with antenna drooped, saying nothing. Then it was time to go back in time as a robot. When I entered Gigius's lair, I noticed that my robot looked worn and beat, had no chance of winning. When I entered the boss room, Pokey right away sent out Gigius without saying a word, and then disappeared. While fighting Gigius, he was saying more than just his usual dialogue. This includes, "You have no help, no friends, no family, no prayers." I was only at level 3, which came after 4 hours of getting pretty petty amounts of XP from Spiteful Crows, and then it would be lost. Instead of the retry cutscene appeared, "An Earth being turned to fire," a caption below read. Japanese text, but we'll translate that, which translated out to, look what you have caused. If it hadn't been for you, Ness would have made it." Before cutting to black, text with the text, "Too slow, you're too slow." Just as I thought this was the end, a loud 16-bit scream emitted from the TV as an image of a mutilated face of Ness appeared with the captions, "Your fault," before cutting to black. After nothing happening for a minute, I shut off the console. I realized that the end was made to depress who was playing into guilt and empathy. However, it didn't work, as I possessed neither of the two feelings, as I can get through most anything gory and not feel a difference. However, I still had the slight bit of depression hanging on me for a week after playing. The game is now in my personal collection with no expectations of being played soon, although it is the most intriguing piece of my collection of the macabre of Nintendo. So, that was HackBound, EarthBound creepypasta. What's my rating? I guess it's pretty good. This is a good pasta, 10 out of 10. Nice job, I love creepypasta with type of ending. This could use some work. Admittedly, most in grammar and spelling. Just some comments. There are 3 comments to this video. This creepypasta, by the way. So basically, this creepypasta about a guy who likes collecting hacked games and decides to buy this hacked EarthBound and also buy the original EarthBound for $50 and $8. This has been Shirley Jones 1 here with another episode of Scary Gaming, HackBound, and thank you guys for watching. If you want, go check out my EarthBound Let's Play. At the time of this recording, I'm grinding up my right now what you're watching is me a little grinding montage off screen while I was leveling up Ness. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next episode.